Um, he was asking about hunting with family too, Dan. You've hunted with your boys a lot when they were younger, right?
Yeah.
You have any tips or anything with that? I haven't really gotten that
Well,
privilege yet.
um, yeah, my daughter never really hunted with me.
Yeah,
She never enjoyed it. Um, she don't like killing stuff. She doesn't nothing against it. It's just not her.
right.
But my two boys both hunted with me.
Yeah.
My oldest
Which
one,
I guess before we go any farther, which like your daughter's like normal. Like most people don't like it.
right? Yeah,
It's like there's way more people that don't hunt than do hunt. So
yeah.
um, it's like a lot of kids are going to be that way.
I
It
think
is
she's
what it is.
a lot more supportive of it now than she was when she was younger too. I
Yeah.
think she's a nurse, and she always talks to her hunting patients about me. She'll be wanting me to talk to them or whatever. She'll tell me all these people that want to meet me or whatever. I'm like, I don't need any more people to meet. but my oldest son liked adventure.
Yeah.
It's hard to get him to go on hunts anymore, and if he does, it's going to be something exotic, some crazy hunt,
Yeah.
but not hard. He didn't like hard hunts. He didn't like climbing trees.
Mm.
And the younger one, James, the rat slayer,
Hmm.
he loved hunting. He loved it, but he had his ups and downs, um, where he'd get real emotional about stuff, and if he had a bad hit or something, it would really bother him. And I think with both of them, the biggest lesson I learned is that I pushed him too hard. There's a
Yeah.
younger version of Dan, and I was an extreme hunter, extreme hunting athlete. I mean, I
Yeah.
would push myself to the limits, and that's why back in those time frames when my kids were young, I killed a lot of giant bucks. It's because I pushed my body, my time frame, my job, my career, everything in my life about hunting, and I expected these kids to be little me's,
Hmm.
and really, it gets back into the whole, who are you as a hunter? We all got this idea this is what a hunter is, but
Hmm.
everybody's idea is different. And at that younger age, when you're super hardcore, you think everybody's idea is like yours. They're just not hard enough. They're just not strong enough. They're just
Yeah.
not working hard enough. That's the mindset you have when you're a young guy. When you just start succeeding. And I wanted my kids to succeed, and I
Yep.
pushed way too hard. I mean, I go back and I dig through old videos and stuff, and I find footage of me with James. James was a small kid when he was 12 years old. Him trying to keep up with me in a swamp in waist deep muck with a lone wolf hang on with Alpha, a giant stand on his back
Right.
with 5 full-size climbing sticks on it. I mean, you're talking 40 pounds worth of crap on his back, a bow and stuff, and pushing that kid 2 miles back through a swamp through muck and water and stuff. And I look at that and I'm like, what was I doing? You know, you
Yeah.
wish you could kind of go back with that stuff and not push so hard. And I can remember you'd have breakdowns and I'd tell him he's weak. You got to work harder. Do you want to succeed or don't you? I was that bad coach, you know. Um, but and really it'd be nice for me to just hide that from people and just lock that away, but I think it's a good learning point for everybody because there's probably some people listening to this that are in that situation.
Right. Right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I do see that nowadays um people are more compassionate for their kids and stuff than they were when in my generation.
Yeah.
So I do think, like yourself, I mean, you seem really concerned, about your son and stuff and how he's raised. Where I was concerned, but pushing him hard because remember now, it comes through generations. My father pushed me hard.
Yeah.
That's what made me. You know what I'm saying? So I do see James wanting to come back into hunting, wanting to do things.
Hmm.
I actually, he came over and he talked to me about wanting to get back into hunting and do a lot more. Um, when he got married and stuff, he got away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
and he's got some issues in his life and money
Right.
problems and everything else. So he came to me and said he was over here visiting. And he said, I'd really love to get back into this. And I was kind of hee-hawing around about it, but I ended up, Dave had a really nice Hoyt bow
Mm-hmm.
that I'm never going to use, but it's a great bow. And he had all the setup and stuff. And I was really a little worried about it, but I gave it to him.
Yeah.
The whole setup just a couple weeks ago. Hopefully that brings him back into hunting. I think Dave would have wanted him to have it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going to sit there and stare at it is what I'm going to do, you know?
Right. Right.
So
yeah. Well, he came to the workshops and stuff too this year. Rat
Yeah.
Slayer did. So
yep, I was really happy to have him there.
yeah. No, those.
So he's getting more interested.
Yeah. No, I think everybody appreciates you talking about that kind of stuff, Dan. You've always been good about that, like not sugarcoating things. I think that's why people like you, whether it be deer hunting or life or whatever, you know.
You know, that's kind of what makes us different, I think. That I'm just open about things. Because if you look at other videos and stuff and other people, they never make a mistake. You know, when you watch their videos, there's never a problem. There's never turmoil or anything.
Yeah.
I call bull crap on that.
Oh yeah.
They're just not showing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes it pretty unrelatable, you know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if people watch that and that's all they see, this is my standpoint. If that's all they see, they think that's the way the world is, and that they're the failure.
Yeah.
When everybody has fails, everybody has struggles, and everybody has to work to get to gain success.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not easy. That's why we show the failed hunts. That's why we show
Right.
the extremeness of it.
Yeah. How young do you think's too young to start a kid, Dan?
I think it depends on the kid.
Yeah.
I think you gotta have a relationship with your child and know what they want, what they don't want, and you have to be accepting to that, and not try to put them in the box that you want them into.
Yeah.
You know, like you, if your kid started dyeing his hair purple and had rainbow stickers all over him, you'd still love him, but you probably would want him to be a hunter. But you can't force that. You have to accept what he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
All you can do is be a good father and try to guide him the way you want him to go.
Mm-hmm.
Show him what you do and lead by example. I think that's the best thing I could have did, is led by example. And if they wanted to go, they could go. And probably what would have been nice is if I took some time away from my extremeness to just let them hunt, or just to focus on them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Instead of the focus on how are we going to kill this giant buck.
Yeah.
You know, more focus on the child and raising him and him having fun.
I heard something really good. My wife's like all day sends me Instagram messages on just things about parenting or whatever. She's a good parent. Like that's what she like consumes herself with, is being a good mom, you know, which I think that's like a woman versus a man thing, you know. But anyway, she sent me something the other day. It was really good. It was like, I can't remember who said it. It was like Jordan Peterson or one of those psychologists, but they said something along the lines of, like you're a child, their DNA is already set and they're going to be who they're going to be. Your job as a parent is to make sure that they, you know, optimize their, you know, potential as much as they can for whatever it is that they're supposed to be or do. You know, it's not, you're not really going to change who they are per se. You're just kind of giving them guidance to be the best person they can be, you know.
Right.
You know, not everybody's got that hunter. I want to, you know, shoot $4 in a year in 4 different states. Like some people could care less, you know. Some people just want to go out on Saturday and opening day, and that's their hunting season, you know. That's it, or not at all. So.
Right, like one of the things about James and Dan, my sons is they wanted to go do things like pheasant hunt, rabbit hunt, stuff. That was like, it's deer season. What are you talking about? You know, go
Yeah.
shoot a duck. What? They don't have antlers. Come on, let's go deer
Yeah.
hunting. You know, where it would have been fun to just get them on some stuff. And I could see that now. You know, from a older, more mature perspective, you can see, well, yeah, kids like shooting stuff. You don't,
Yeah.
you know, how often you get a shot at a deer, you know? And then, you know, I would see it. The kids wanted to impress me. You know, you would, they would want to just shoot giant bucks or something because they got to compete with me in some way, you know? And I remember James telling me how much of a struggle it was to, live in my shoes, that he can't shoot something small because of his name or whatever. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with anything. Shoot whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, and he couldn't shoot small stuff. As you know, I mean, his smallest buck is about 110 inches. You know, and his biggest one is
Yeah.
160. He's got 3 deer. That's all he's ever shot. He wouldn't
Yeah.
shoot anything less. You know, it was.
Just tell him to start reading the YouTube comments. People will tell you how small of bucks you killed, Dan.
Right.
If you want to watch another video, click right here. But don't forget to subscribe before you leave.